All right, what is good, everybody? Quancredible here, and we definitely have to talk about all of this like mad controversy surrounding Black Clover and the whole Disney Clover thing and all of that. And I want to say this in the beginning of the video, despite whatever negative opinions I may have about the arc or say like any of the other content creators, the ones that actually mainly cover Black Clover, not just some rando ones. But the actual like legitimate concerns that like I myself or those guys or even the people that like read it week to week that have been like day ones with it, our criticisms are pretty much valid because we read the series, we take it in every single week. But a lot of the like outside stuff is just people bandwagoning on our own negativity. Like it's like they don't actually care about Black Clover. Like they don't actually really care about the actual series. They just want to troll. So like like they just want to troll. So like to the people that are getting like overly defensive or sensitive, it's like who cares? It's like if they want to call it Disney Clover, who actually cares? Like they don't even read the series weekly, so like who cares what they say? I mean, you can literally trash talk any series about goofy stuff that they all do. Like I mean, freaking JJK Yuji just punches and kicks. He doesn't do anything else. Or freaking Naruto whole fourth great war was just an absolute mess. It was an absolute train wreck. Or like One Piece. Oda consistently does goofy stuff. Heck, One Piece was literally Looney Tunes for like it's been Looney Tunes like the past month. So it's like you could literally trash every series. But it doesn't matter because the people who are primarily hating on these series don't even watch it or don't even read it. So it's not really all that big a deal. Um, and a lot of the criticisms aren't even they don't even have anything to say. It's just like, oh, it's Disney Clover. It's like why? Because nobody died. Well, why is that bad? Like if you actually ask anybody why that's bad, if they don't read the series weekly, they don't even know. They'll just say because a war happened, so somebody should die. And it's like when us the actual fans, that's not what we're actually upset about. Like the fact that no one died isn't the thing. Well, at least not me. I guess I can't speak for everybody, but for me, the fact that no one died is not what was not what I'm upset about. Now, I'm not gonna like encompass the entire breakdown of the entire arc into this video. I'll do that in a separate video this week, either tomorrow or later on. But honestly, my main issues with this chapter is the fact that it was how Tabata essentially is wrapping up this entire arc. Now we could be wrong, and maybe next week there could be something crazy that extends it, but highly doubt it. The main bulk of it is the Spade. The Spade raid or the Spade assault arc is essentially coming to a close with this last chapter, and we basically get to see, I guess, what are the endings of it all. Now, we didn't get to see everybody, which is, could be a big thing, could not be a big thing. So we don't know what could have potentially happened to all of the captains. They're probably all fine given how Tabata does handle things, but there is some potential for something to be wrong with Marileona and her arm when we look at potential consequences. Not saying this is like the grandest thing ever, but just looking at potential consequences that is there. And in the same vein of potential consequences, obviously the big one here is Adremelech has stolen Lucifer's heart or his core or his brain or whatever people want to call it and has just left and flown away. And he's going to do whatever he's going to do with that. I'm assuming that's going to be the whole big thing for the next arc or maybe the next arc or whatever. So these are the big takeaways from this arc. While, basically everything else is fine. Characters, grew and got stronger and all of that. Main thing that kills me here, me personally with this, is just how Tabata chose to do it. It was like Lucifaro was built up a lot, and a lot of the other villains I felt like were built up a lot, be it in the shadows, such as like Morris or maybe even Dante or stuff like that. Like these characters were built up just to kind of be like, they didn't really get a lot of exposition. So like they didn't really get a lot of dialogue. Like Lucifaro, Morris, Dante, like none of them really got a ton. Like the most dialogue was obviously Dante, but like people really didn't get a lot to like latch on to for these villains. They didn't really get a lot into the story just to be taken away like super fast, like super fast. So it was just like I don't think it's bad writing. Like I think it's questionable story choices. Like that's probably a better way to put it. Obviously, it's not bad writing if you're a, you know, millions of copies sold serialized manga. Like in the grand scope of things, is it bad writing? Not really. It's just a very questionable choice if we're being completely honest. Like if we're being completely honest. And then when we say stuff like this, people will say, "Oh, it's copium," or "We're just coping." But no, that's actually just the reality of it. I mean, it still is just the reality of it. And now, one thing to really remember here that really helps, I guess, put more things into perspective is that Black Clover is still going on. Like we still have it like the like ending has not yet been confirmed yet. It has not yet been said that, oh, Black Clover is going to end in this next arc, or we have 2 years left. That has not been said yet. So we still have who knows how much story that Tabata wants to play with to kind of mold things around and see what he wants to do with them. It's not like, JJK where they're on their last arc, or My Hero where they're on their last arc, or like, it's like a lot of the other like new gens that were with that were with Black Clover are on their last arc, or they're over. Like, Doctor Stone's over, Fire Force is over. So it's like there's a lot that they could really do here, because Tabata still hasn't really he hasn't played his full hand yet. So obviously I didn't like the last chapter for a number of reasons. I didn't really like how they used Mimosa as just a plot device to make it to where everything's better. Her in conjunction with Charmy was just a lot. Like it's one of those things where, like, I feel like I should have seen this coming. Like, I feel like I honestly should have seen this whole outcome coming, but I didn't think he would, like, that Tabata would just avoid death that much. I guess, like, to me, I didn't think he'd be that committed to having, like, nothing bad happen. But at the very bare minimum, like, we do have the consequences that I named earlier. Now that I think about it, the Spade Kingdom is kind of totally, like, destroyed. So I mean, there is that. Not that it really matters to the main group of protagonists all like that, but hey, it is a thing. It is a thing to take note of. But as far as positives to kind of take away from the chapter, obviously the only main one here is, like I said, the stuff with the Dremelak and whatever he's going to be planning later for the future arcs. And then a smaller, pro here, or a positive here, that I kind of do like, or I'm excited for in the future, is the fact that Noct is going to be staying with the Black Bulls. Like, it was kind of like just like off-key mention towards the very end, but I'm kind of curious to see, like, what the new dynamic is, because I am a fan of just seeing the entire group together. So just kind of seeing how their interactions will be in the future is kind of going to be really fun. And I'm also really, really, really interested to see how the stuff is going to play out now with Asta being banished from the kingdom and all of that, because, like, that was kind of what sparked them to try to find the all these devils and get in contact with the Heart Kingdom in the first place. So kind of wondering where everything is going to go next. Like, is Asta going to be now accepted into the Clover Kingdom, and then what's going to happen with these positions? Because if all of Asta's charges are dropped from the trial and he's accepted back into the Clover Kingdom, it's like, I wonder, are they going to immediately promote him up? Like, is going to get promotions? Like how is everything going to happen afterwards? Because a lot of promotions should be in order. There should be a lot of things shaken up. I wonder where some captains step down after this. Like, there's just a lot that could potentially happen in the future, as well as the moment with Charlotte and Yami. I'm not going to talk about that for a super long time, but it was kind of funny because Charlotte did, like, announce her love for Yami, like, right next to Vanessa, and the look on Vanessa's face, it was like, wow. It was like, you're really gonna do this right here? So I mean, I don't know if that's gonna, like, become a big thing, but I could see it becoming a thing. So just, I'm really interested to see where those things are gonna go. So this chapter in itself, I'd probably give it like a 5. I feel like I say this all the time, but just to reiterate my scale: 1 through 10, 1 is trash, 10 is amazing, 5 is average. Average is average. I don't think it was a bad chapter or anything like that. I just me personally didn't like the direction that the story and all that went. Now, my whole review, or talking about the full arc, that's probably going to be multiple parts later on, because that's going to be a long video. So make sure you guys stay subscribed and stay on the lookout for that, so you guys can be ready for it. Outside of that, I do want to know you guys' opinion on everything down below, as well as how you guys feel about all of the recent slander and all of that, and what you guys' take on it. Like, do you guys care a lot, or does it bother you, or do you guys not really care? I mean, I guess I'm just overall curious to see how you guys feel about that. Me personally, I really don't care. I could care less. Like, I mean, like I said earlier, you could literally trash every series. Every series does something stupid. Like what even is Ichigo's Bankai do? Like what does it even do? Like, he got it and then it broke, or like or like Dragon Ball Super inconsistent. No one likes Boruto. Like, Boruto's trash. It's like, you could literally trash every series. So it's like, it's not I really don't care. It's like, I actually don't care about the slander. But yeah, I just want to know you guys' opinions on all that down below, and how you guys felt about the chapter. And aside from that, you guys all enjoy the rest of your day. It's Easter, yeah. Happy Easter. I just remembered that. So happy Easter. Enjoy you guys' day, and I will see you all in my next video.